Hello and welcome to Real Fixtures Virtual Results, the show where we put real FAWNL fixtures that are happening every week, play them out in Football Manager and see what the results are. A very short show this week. There were only 5 league games because of the weather, but those 5 games across 4 divisions still give us plenty to look at. We will start in the Southern Premier Division. Oxford United had the opportunity to climb 2 places in the Southern Premier Division if they were to get a win away at AFC Wimbledon, and it started well for the visitors after Emma Thompson got the ball down the right hand side and put a cross in for Mia Hamilton at the back post to give them an early lead inside 10 minutes. Oxford would then double their advantage just a couple of minutes later. After the ball was lost down the right hand side, Niamh MacDonald was able to get into the penalty area on that side, and after a couple of little cutbacks was able to find a ball in for Grace Palmer to find the top corner. Thompson would then work as the beneficiary again as she gets a cross into the back post from a free kick that Bedeau got down to Lily Burrell. And the afternoon would get worse for Wimbledon towards the end of the game. Niamh MacDonald, who was forever the assistant in the first half, would then turn up to be the goal scorer just 7 minutes from the end, with a lovely little chip into the top corner of the net. Just the one game in the Southern Premier Division to look at then, with Oxford United. That big win over AFC Wimbledon puts them 5th in the table, 2 points behind Real Bedford in 4th. Wimbledon themselves are still 2 points away from safety on 11 points, and they are 2 behind Gwalior United, who are in 10th. It was also a very slow afternoon in Tier 4, but we'll start with a look at what happened in Division 1 Midlands. Northampton Town started the day in the relegation zone of Division 1 Midlands and could really have done with a win against Worcester City. After a bit of a breakdown in communication between the goalkeeper and the defence, it was Destiny Reid who was able to give Northampton an early lead on the half-hour mark. They would then double their advantage after a really nicely worked team goal, which would start with McLean and go all the way through the Worcester City defence. A long ball over the top from Noble to Hillman on the left-hand side. And pretty much every single Northampton player touches the ball as Hillman comes down on the left and manages to find a ball in for Gabby Meyer to turn on the 6-yard box and make it 2-0 to Northampton. Worcester City weren't down and out though. Corner coming in from the right-hand side from Duxbury would be not cleared away by McLean, who got a somewhat poor punch to it, and as it comes back out to Worcester again, it comes into the middle, and Cara Fajor gets her first of the afternoon with 20 minutes to go. It was then Worcester City's turn to have a nicely worked team goal of their own, again starting from the goalkeeper and working their way all the way through the Northampton Town defence. It would eventually be put in by Fajor again for her second of the afternoon. Starting on the right-hand side, ball goes far too deep, and as Northampton yet again fail to clear their lines, Fajor sneaks in at the back post, and as Duxbury once again gets that cross in, it's headed in at the edge of the 6-yard box for her second of the game, and this one finished in a 2-2 draw. That draw then for Northampton Town, enough to move them out of the relegation zone on goal difference. Kidderminster Harriers dropped to 11th. Worcester City remain in 6th. They are 3 points behind Leaford Athletic, but Leaford Athletic do have 3 games in hand on them. All of the fixtures in Division 1 North were postponed because of the weather, but there were 2 in Division 1 South East. Norwich City are trying to chase down Fulham at the top of Division 1 South East, but Actonians have got ambitions of their own, and this wonder goal from Maya Blackett was the only goal of the game in just the second minute as Actonians run out 1-0 winners over the team fighting at the top of the table. Chesham United may be rooted to the foot of Division 1 South East, but that doesn't mean they're not going to go down without a fight. And here it proved to be against London Bees, taking the lead inside the first 15 minutes as Maya Dignam gets a very good right-footed volley into the top corner of the net just before the quarter of an hour mark. Beth Selwood would then double Chesham's advantage from the penalty spot with 10 minutes to go before half-time, sending the keeper completely the wrong way. But it wouldn't all be plain sailing for the visitors, as this loss of possession just inside their own half allows London Bees to break with Cullum down the right-hand side, and after a somewhat wayward ball over to the left but is well controlled by Watkins, she's able to get the cross in and find Dunbar Bonney inside the 6-yard box to bring London Bees back to within 1. Chesham United wouldn't go down without a fight though, and right after the kick-off from that penalty, they claim the ball and restore their 2-goal advantage without London Bees even getting a touch. Sutty playing it in field to Tyson, getting it back again, and then down the left-hand side, the cross ends up coming in for Maisie Britton to head home from 7 yards out. And then 23 minutes from time, free kick from the right-hand side, and Maisie Harris makes it 4-1 to Chesham United, who's remained bottom, but that gap becomes smaller. Division 1 South East table then, Actonians up to 4th after that win over Norwich City, which will please fans of Fulham, who are 4 points clear at the top of the table, and a defeat for London Bees. They stay 3rd, and Chesham United remain in 12th, but they are now just 6 points away from safety after picking up their first win of the season. Just one game in Division 1 South West. Bridgwater United can get themselves into the top 4 of Division South West if they were to win at home to bottom side Worthing. And after this interception on halfway, a quick ball forward to Grace Smith was able to break the back line and lob it over the goalkeeper Goldsmith into the top corner of the net. Yeah, that Division 1 South West table, 1-goal victory for Bridgwater United over Worthing. They move up to 4th. They are 5 points though away from Bristol Rovers in 3rd, although they do have a game in hand. Worthing remain 2 points away from the safety of 10th in Division 1 South West. And that is the end of Real Fixtures virtual results for this week. Not many to go through, of course, with so many off because of the weather, but we do hope you enjoyed. If this is the sort of thing you want to see more of, then do let me know, and we'll get more going next week, although that is going to be another quiet week as well. And hopefully this is the sort of thing that might result in a proper highlights show in the future. But thank you very much for watching. We'll be back next week. Real Fixtures virtual results.